perspective really is quite a remarkably funny thing because it's unique to each of us as individuals. Everybody has their own thought processes and their perspectives, and they could be culturally created or indoctrinated or whatever it is, all these words that we can find to say what you already understand what I'm saying. But it all comes down to different perspectives. And the ego steps in and tells us each that we are right, that our opinion is king or queen. And it doesn't say, that nobody else matters in their opinions or their views or their perspectives, but it allows us a breathing space to be able to breathe more life into what our opinions are. And sometimes that comes at the cost of others. My concern to this is that we can get so convoluted with our own thinking that even when we step into a library or we look at books or we watch the news or we put on social media or the crowds that we hang around with, we're so busy trying to find our tribes and mesh in with people that are culturally the same or have the same political views or have the same religious perspectives or whatever. The problem is that that's really only one view, and all it does is support our opinions and our views, and it makes us more and more opinionated in how we feel. So, whatever the example is, it could be that the sky is blue and I'm not going to hang around, or one that's more doable that everybody can relate to at some point. Most of us have come across others who feel differently. So let's say that the view is that the earth is round. And then old mate comes up to us and says, no, the earth is flat. And he will find all the supporting evidence to show that the earth is flat. I will find all the supporting evidence to show that the earth is round. And we go round and round in circles until the confrontation becomes too much and we might defriend somebody on Facebook. Or we just lock out that friendship, or we just don't feel like we've got enough in common based on one opinion. And the only thing that opinion does is serve our ego. So we can still be respectful and we can still have a debate, and it's healthy to learn other people's points of view. I think so anyway. And that's my opinion. But we don't need to be assholes about it. We can still be nice. We can still be amiable, and like for every debate that I step into with any person at any one time, it is about taking away something from that conversation that might not necessarily be congruent with my own point of view. So what if they think or feel differently? Is their opinion any less important? No, of course it's not. Well, then I need to support that. So sometimes things are not a debate. I might be sharing a point of view of something that really means something to me in my heart. And I expect people to be able to, they don't necessarily have to support it, but I do expect them not to enter into something where they're going to challenge me, because I might be writing it because that has been a challenging time and that's the thing that is helping me through, for example, or vice versa. It's a tentative edge, for example, on social media, on Facebook or on Instagram, where you're sharing something that is somewhat personal. It doesn't necessarily have to be your story or my story, but it could be your business. It could be something to do with animals. It could be veganism. It could be because you're a carnivore. It could be religious. It could be political. Whatever it is, it could be like the yes and no campaign. And then you see people polarize because we've lost the art of talking. We've lost the art of hearing. We've lost the art of being able to just allow each other to be whoever we are. Not that we ever did a particularly good job of this, but more so now than ever is it important, where we actually give people the space to be whoever they choose to be and to pick our time to have a debate with them rather than just attacking them, which is really what it is. When someone's not open to a debate, it's an attack. It's just like many other things in the world that should be consensual. And so it's down to perspective all over again. And if we didn't feed our ego about who was right, Because a lot of conversations, it isn't who is more important or who is right or who has the best argument or any of that. It's a personal point of view, and the only one that you stand to gain anything over is that moment of so-called power over someone that you apparently care about or respect, or all those beautiful things. And instead of being benevolent, we've got to be this egotistical prick. We don't have to be. We can just remember how to use our brain and our heart and work them together to be nice to each other. Because the rest, otherwise, is all just ego, yeah?